Hi, my name is Kailey McNeil. I am a college student at Texas Women's University in Denton, Texas, and I'm 20 years old. I am really excited about going on this trip to Uganda, and I wanted to share with you a little bit about how God kind of brought me to this trip and what He's been doing in my life to orchestrate a lot of different life events that have really brought me to going to Uganda in a few weeks. So it all started about 8 years ago when I was 12 years old. Some girls from my youth group went to a conference and Sweet Sleep had a booth there, just sharing about what they do, their mission trips, and how they go and how they share the gospel with little kids through giving them beds and Bibles. And I remember at that booth they had a example of a bed that children in Uganda may have slept on, and the image of the dirty, filthy bed that had bugs crawling all over it, that was really thin, the frame looked really cold and hard. It just really made an impression on my heart, and I felt called at that time to give, to do something. I didn't have the opportunity to go on a mission trip at that time, so I donated. I donated the little money that I had as a 12-year-old had to give, and God really used that to begin my partnership with Sweet Sleep, and to really impress the name Sweet Sleep on my heart, to bring that up later on in life. So fast forwarding 8 years from when I was 12 years old to this past semester, I was in a class in college. I'm a child development major, pre-occupational therapy, and I hope to work with special needs kids with occupational therapy to help them just get mobilized and live their lives to the fullest. But I was in one of my child development classes, and we had a guest speaker, and the guest speaker that day was a little boy who was special needs and his mom, and they really talked to us about how important it was to give these children a chance to be all that they can be, because they have such high potentials that so many people overlook. And through that speech by the mom and the little boy, God just really began burdening my heart for special needs kids and for the work that I hopefully will be doing as an occupational therapist, and really laid that on my heart that evening. And so as I go home, the very same evening, I was sitting on my bed and I was scrolling through social media, and I saw a post for another missions organization that I had partnered with before, not Sweet Sleep, just a different organization, and I was reminded, just randomly I thought, about Sweet Sleep, and I felt like I needed to check their website and see what they were up to. And so I just switched over and I got on Sweet Sleep's website, and the first thing that popped up was and the title was Sweet Sleep's very first special needs mission trip to Uganda. And at that point I broke down crying. I started just sobbing there in my bed. I was knew that the Lord was calling me on that trip. I knew that He had orchestrated so many events 8 years ago to bring the name of Sweet Sleep to my mind, as well as just that actual evening, within a few hours, the events that had to be orchestrated for me to get to that point, to even checking their website, was amazing and totally God-given. I'm so thankful that He is a God of the details that loves to work out how all of that happens. But I immediately sent an email to Sweet Sleep and started inquiring about how to apply, and within a few weeks I was applied. I had started fundraising, and within about a month all of the fundraising money had come in. I was awestruck as how God was continuing to work. But I am a college student, and I could not be going on this trip right now without people donating money for me to go, as well as donating money for all the beds that we're going to be giving out. We're going to be working with 800 special needs orphans, and so I am so grateful for everybody who is obedient to the call to give, because it is a calling, it is a burden on your heart that we have to do something. And I encourage you, if you're thinking about donating or thinking about going on a trip, do it. Obey the Lord, because He has all the details worked out. He has all of those little things that you think will prevent you from giving monetarily or going on a trip. He has it worked out, and you never know, maybe 8 years from now, after you donate, you'll be going on a mission trip too.